Today we're going to talk about how to add color to the shadows using gels. Not the whole image, just the shadows. This month on the Slanted Lens, we're giving away 3 of my favorite products from Vanguard. The 263 carbon fiber tripod, lightweight, easy to take on location, fabulous tripod. And even easier to take on location, the VO tripod that is very compact and made to travel, traveled around the world with a VO, fabulous tripod. And then last of all, an Alta Sky 45 backpack. Travel equipment, stuff to go where you're going to go and to take with you. So get over to theslantlens.com and you can sign up. Hopefully you'll win. Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on the Slanted Lens, I've got Louise Houghton here with me.
Hi, everyone.
She's got a fabulous British accent. And we're going to use Louise to show you 4 ways to add color to the shadows using gels.
Is that going to make me look better or worse?
It's going to make you look fabulous. So let's get started, see what we can do. Part of what makes this work is we've got a 1:4 ratio here. That is, we've got a pretty dark, deep shadow area on her face. That gives us an area to light up with the gel. It kind of gives us that deep area to work with. If this is a high-key shot, we have very little shadow, it's going to be more difficult to show. You can do it, and it does show up in a certain way, but the deeper your shadows are, the easier it is to show the gels in that shadow area. Number 1, this is probably the easiest and the one I've used the most often because it's just simple to set up and quick to do. You take a white piece of foam core, you tape a large piece of gel on it, and you push that in as your fill card, and what that does is bounce the color of the gel into the shadows on the side of the face and gives you a nice colored fill light.
Doesn't make me look blue?
It could make you look blue, but just in the shadows. Won't do anything on the side of your face, it's just where the shadow area is.
What else?
Okay, number 2. Number 2 is you do the very same process, but you put it on a mirror. And what that does is the mirror is such a strong light source that when you bring it in, it really gives you a hard color light on the side of their face. So this is much more direct, much more aggressive, but it gives you a really interesting look on the side of the face.
So is it kind of like when you have a reflector, which is gold on one side, silver on the other, but it just gives you a color option instead?
It's very much like that. But you're using the mirror to bounce the light back, and it's going through the gel, and it'll put whatever color you put on the mirror is now going to light the side of the face. When you bring that around, it's going to just affect the shadow areas, and it's not going to light the front of the face. Number 3, this is the one that people think of most of the time, and that is you simply take a light, put a gel on it, that now becomes a light that just lights her from the side. It's going to give you a rim light, it's going to give you a bit of a hair light depending on how you place it.
So I'll get some nice cheekbones?
You're going to get some very nice cheekbones from the side if we get it up high enough.
Okay. Learning a thing or two here.
Number 4.
Last but by no means least.
By no means least. Number 4 is we simply take a softbox or an octadome. You put the gel inside the octadome, and now, or the softbox, we're using a rectangular softbox, and you put that above the camera or below the camera, and you simply use that as a fill light. Now this gives you an interesting look because it adds color to the shadows. It does affect the color a little bit on the face. It gives you a sense of kind of crushed or dark blacks. You just have to make sure you dial it back enough that it doesn't overpower the face or create too much of a color issue with your skin tone. This is the one I love to use the most because it adds that color to all of the shadows, and not selectively from one side or the other, it just adds them to all the shadows on the face.
And with these different 4 ways of using the gels, is there a certain way that you would use one of them for fashion photos and another one for more portraits, or does one blend well with one more than another?
That's a great question. That is a great question. You know, I think the light at the camera is a very fashion kind of look.
Okay.
Because you'll see that a lot of times used to be able to add a little color to the shadows, and all those shadows on the face. Has kind of a gritty look, looks like you crushed the blacks. Very good look. You see a lot of time in portraiture, you'll use a light from behind with the gel on it. That gives you that little rim light, and that really gives a nice look for portraits. Add just a little bit of a hint of a color on the side, and just use it a hair light or around into the shadows. That's used a lot for portraiture. I think the one where you bounce it in with just bringing the card in can be used for just about anything, because that one is just kind of taking what light's there, adding just a little bit of color in the shadow side, and just a really pretty look. So there you have it, 4 ways to add color to the shadows. I found a couple of things interesting though.
Yeah.
I thought that the mirror would have been a lot more depth of color, would have been a lot brighter color, a lot heavier, but it really wasn't. It was almost the most subtle. So the light bouncing off the mirror is just very subtle. Whereas oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the first one.
The first one.
It's a lot colder, but it's nice. It's
Yeah.
just a very different image.
Very different image, but you were getting all that cold because you're flooding the whole image with that cold, so it's changing the skin tones as well a little bit. So the gel we used today in this lesson comes from this photographic lighting kit from Roscoe, and it's number 375 cyan. That's a great kit. It gives you a lot of different options for different blues and reds and yellows to be able to give us. You don't have to do this with just blue. You can do this with any color that you want, and that really depends on what you're photographing and how you want it to look. So there's a look at 4 different ways to add color to the shadows. I hope you found that interesting.
Thanks for taking my picture.
You're very welcome. Thanks for being such a fabulous subject. It was very good. Our business coaching class is going on every single day. People are using those materials to change the direction of their businesses and to grow their businesses. So get to theslantlens.com and sign up for our business coaching class. Once a month, you get to speak with me. We'll talk about the problems that you're facing. We have the opportunity to mentor together to help you grow your business. So go to theslantlens.com and sign up for it today. Make sure you subscribe to the Slanted Lens.
Oh, my grandmother subscribes.
Well, there you have it. Her grandmother subscribes to the Slanted Lens. So where can they subscribe to yours?
Mine is @LouiseHoughton_.
There you go.
I think you tagged me in one already.
Yes, there you have it. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all those places. Just follow us at the Slanted Lens. Stick with us.
See you there.